My name is Rob de Winter, and I'm an Adobe certified instructor. I teach Photoshop. I have my own training company in the Netherlands. Today, I'm going to tell you a lot about Photoshop actually, and about Firefly. So more about the AI stuff in Photoshop and Adobe software in general. One of the things I really like is creating reflections in Photoshop generative fill. We have a lasso selection here. And when I go to generative fill again, I want to create a puddle with reflective water and then click generate. The fun thing is that you also will see the reflection of the elephant inside, but you can see the result here. I'm not really happy with the border of this puddle of water, but I will show you the result I had last time. Oh yeah, I created the puddle over there. And it reflects the house in it. If you ever created a reflection in Photoshop, you will know that it's always really difficult to create something like that. If you are not happy, by the way, by the results, you can always click generate again, and then Photoshop will create 3 new variations, and then maybe a better result is in there. A little bit about removing objects. So first of all, you can remove objects in Photoshop, also with generative fill. So in this case, I want to select this woman and remove her, just to show you what's possible actually. So now when I go to generative fill and click generate again, it will probably not generate the thing you want it to generate. It's going to make a mistake, and you will see this in a while when it's finished. It generated all kinds of objects here on the wall, and it's pretty steady actually. It made more objects. When I go to this one, it generated this thing, and it also generated this thing. I will go back a few steps. Command C. That's because you forgot to select the shadow. So there's still a little shadow available here, also here in this place. And when the shadow isn't included inside the selection you made, then it will create an object that makes this shadow. So what you can do is going to your lasso selection tool again, and then hold shift and then select all the shadows. And now when you click generative fill again and then click generate again, this one is much better. I'm always happy that it has 3 results. I think I like this one most actually, but it didn't add the strange things. And that's because you included the shadow inside the selection. So this is a good practice to use generative fill to delete objects. Other thing about generating images in Firefly, if you want to generate an image like a man sitting outside a cafe in Paris drinking coffee at night with a starry sky. Well, yeah, for example, if you want to create something with a landscape image and then click art, you can also say, well, okay, maybe I even want to have a photo. That's maybe nice to show you. When you go to photo, you also have photo settings. So you can change, for example, the aperture, you can change the shutter speed, you can change the field of view if you want to have a wide angle lens or just a zoom lens. And if you click generate, then it will use those settings to generate the image. So I'm going to do that right now, but I don't like the style. So for example, if you want to use another style, you can upload a reference image. And I actually just like that really much for also inspiration purposes. So if you want to gain more inspiration, and then upload your own image. So I already downloaded Starry Night from Vincent van Gogh. Then click continue, because it's also checking if you have the rights to use this image. Well, yeah, Vincent van Gogh is already dead for a while, so we can use this image. And I'm also want to create art. So I'm checking art here and then click generate. I mostly use these techniques also, for example, ChatGPT as a sparring partner. So as someone to spar with if you don't have someone to talk to, if you're freelance, for example, like a freelance designer. And I sometimes just find it really nice to see what it generates and also to gain more ideas actually. So maybe this can also help you in your creative process.